All right. So once again, you are welcome. We want to officially welcome everyone to the Abia Startups Investment Readiness Program, the second cohort. So we have successfully completed the first cohort, and I wouldn't want to say I wish you guys were in the first cohort. I that's how I feel because I'm hearing a lot of persons that I wish that they were in the first cohort. And I'm going to tell you why. We promised to run two batches, the first and the second batch. The first batch was comprehensive. It was intensive. I must say that, right? Unfortunately, the second batch is not going to be as intensive as the first one. We wish we can, but unfortunately, I, I wish most of us can really understand what happened in the first batch. And if we can bring back what happened in the first batch to this batch, it's going to be uh, your expectation will be met and overmet and overmet and overmet. Why I say so is because of time, we have a demo day. The way we structure this program is that there will be a demo day on the 29th of this month, which is July. And we're supposed to run 6 weeks, 6 weeks, but we are already short of time. Okay. So I'm going to quickly run you through what the ASIR-P program is all about. But I just wanted to hint us that unfortunately, we are not going to be doing 6 weeks. We are going to be doing something much more lesser. And we are not going to run the same approach because our plan is to see how, sorry about that. So our plan is to see, yes, we are going to, I can see someone asking, yes, we are going to make provision for all that. What happened in the first batch, we are going to make provision for that. And in the first batch, we had over 15 mentors who were working directly with all of these entrepreneurs. But unfortunately, this second batch is not going to be as intensive as the other one, right? So uh, we want to apologize for that. Okay, we want to apologize for that. We wish we can, but we really need to conclude this program before 29th because we have already set out our date that the demo day will be on the 29th. Okay, and we already have investors already informed about that date and they are going to be witnessing the demo day. So we can't postpone that day. That is the reason why we are not going to postpone it and we want to stick to our time and our dates. Okay. So while we prepare to walk us through what the expectation for the program is going to be and a few other things, I think we have one or two persons who were part of the previous batch uh, to kind of share in 1-2 minutes to share their own experience. Okay. Uh, while we were having the introduction, I think we had to reach out to them on the group and ask if there is anyone who will be available to just share their experience. So we never planned for them to share their experience or even ask them to come and share their experience. So we we thought it's wise for them to come. No, the demo day is going to be live. It's not virtual. It's not going to be virtual. It's going to be live. So, so what we are going to do before we get into the onboarding and orientation proper, we are going to give opportunity to one or two persons from our previous cohort to share their experience. So we have about two of them on the call, and we are going to allow Mr. Elisha to go first, and then we have another person who is Dudene. So these were part of persons who were part of our previous batch. So, Mr. Elisha, are you there?
Yeah, yes. Good morning,
Yeah, good morning. So, thank you for
Miss
it. It was quite.
Linda.
Yeah, thank you so much. So it was quite impromptu to get into your inbox right just 2 3 minutes ago to ask you to be here, and you made it to be here. So it's actually we are grateful that you are here. So just in 2 3 minutes, just we want you to share your experience about the program in terms of where you were and where you are at the end of the program.
Thank you so much. I welcome all the participants this morning. My name is Elisha Michael. I'm the founder of Kumiki Enterprises. We produce and sell car wash and wash. This program, I must say, increased my value proposition. All through the program, we're talking about the problem solution. Actually, I'm a businessman. I dive into production, but with ASIR-P, I have been able to reorganize my business. And when you talk about value, we always talk about value. I must be honest. So as I told you, I'm a realist. I believe in reality. I'm not part of the packaging kind of people. Uh, it was through this program I know much more about value proposition, what you're offering. It was through this ASIR-P program that I know business is not all about maximization of profit. It is the problem you're coming to solve, the pains people feel, and you're coming in to solve the program. And I'm happy once more to be associated with this caliber of people. Actually, I am not looking down at Abia State. I never knew this group of people exist in Aba because this is my 3 years from Lagos down to Aba. So I learned a lot, and my mentor happened to be Mr. Edward, who I will never forget. And not just that, the network here, I have been able to link up with other entrepreneurs, which, what we talk about, how we do good business, how we connect, relationship building and all those, which is part of even business development and strategy. So with this, I've been able to get all I need to start up my business, which I've been doing for months, and it's guiding me. Also, I was fortunate enough to listen to Mr. Ikechukwu. He talks about, how they started their agric farm and the rest of it. Those mentor, even I stumbled at Ms. Omotala. In fact, one of the assignments she gave to the other people, the people she mentor, I have access to it. Even I am not part of her session, but due to the network of other entrepreneurs, I have them, like the business profiling. So in fact, I am like a multinational company now, and I'm very happy. And I'm also encouraging our people here. The business is not all about to sell and make profit. Actually, that is the main thing. But you have to organize your business, to scale. I never knew that there are people that raise funds, and the fund end up, winding up the organization. Mr. Edward, the first time he mentioned startup graveyard, I never heard about that. So he gave it to us as an assignment. You went there and see why other startups failed. So when you learn all those things, you now have all it takes for your business to scale through. So you should be lucky to be here. I thank you people once again. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Elisha. And you told me you are going to be running out somewhere by 11, and we want to appreciate your time coming over here to share your experience. So everything Mr. Elisha has said, I know he wish he has more time to really explain that. Okay, we are real people. right? This program is not a program for us to come and try to tell you how big we are. We are entrepreneurs ourselves. Entrepreneurship is hard, it's tough, but we can win if we work together. That is what we believe. So we are not here to come and do a packaging for you to tell you that entrepreneurship, we are the king of entrepreneurs and all that. But we are here to see how we can work together with the entrepreneurs so that we can win together. Okay. We also understand that not everybody is going to be serious all through the program, right? Mr. Elisha will also be a witness that we had over 100 and something persons who started with their badge, but they never completed. Only a few are going to get to the end. And that is also what we know that will happen in this batch, right? So, but that's, by the way, we hope everyone would stick to the end for the benefit of their business. So I also want to emphasize that we are not going to charge you for anything. The program is entirely free. We are not going to ask you to pay for anything, okay? But we'll still come back to that. So thank you so much, Mr. Elisha. And before I think Oluchi is raising her hand. Before we get to you, please let us have Dudene. Dudene was also part of the uh, last batch, and he might have one or two things to share in terms of his experience. Dudene, are you there?
Yes. Thank you very
All right.
much,
Yeah.
Mr. Thank you very much. I hope I can be heard loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Good morning. My name is Dudane Idameze, and I'm the director of Max Ventures. Honestly, ASIR-P has really given me a very wonderful privilege, which I never imagined. I did a program at Lagos Business School, but I can tell you the program that I had with ASIR-P is like double blessing to what I got from Lagos Business School. Honestly, ASIR-P really did an awesome work. As a result of ASIR-P's efforts, I can be able to push my business without fear. As at the time I was in Lagos Business School, I used to be this shy person, but once I come out, it becomes a different ball game altogether. But this ASIR-P program helped me because they said you must present a video, you must submit a video for the next round. I was like, they have come again, no. So I had to do the video over and over again, over and over again. I was able to get at least something that is a bit perfect. So I sent it to Mistake. Mistake was like, awesome, but do it this way. Without ASIR-P, I wouldn't have been that courageous, or it would have been very difficult for me to. So, but as it stands now, I have all those things coded in my brain now. Then we also talked about the value proposition. I didn't know much about value proposition, but the ASIR-P program unveiled me opportunity to know more of the value proposition and even the business canvas. So I got all these things. In fact, the ASIR-P program is a embodiment of knowledge. Most times we look at programs, a program in this nature as opportunity to just get money and then go back. But I must say that this is a quite different program. Even if you don't get to reach to the end of where you say, okay, you're making money, but the knowledge you're gonna grab from this is a knowledge that will stay with you all through your lifetime. It's a knowledge that will help you grow your business. It's a knowledge that will, help you survive the difficult environment of business. So that is just, so I hope all of us will take it serious, and it's a privilege. Count it as a privilege to be here because so many persons applied, and I must say only but a few were choosing. Even on the last day, only but a few will still be choosing, not everyone. Thank you very much. Take it serious and make it an impactful moment for you and your business. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dudene. Dudene, you didn't. I don't know if I got that. You didn't tell us your business, what you do.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
You should, each time you have the mic, right? Anytime you have the mic, that is an opportunity to tell the world what you do. And that is why someone like Mr. Elisha will always tell you, cool Mickey Enterprises. You can never forget,
I was
you can
really
never
carried
forget
away
that.
by
So
the short time. I was really carried away
yeah,
by the short time interval. So
yeah.
I'm the director of Geomax. I'm into production of soap, eco-friendly soap. That is what we do to help African homes stay protected against germs. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So that was a lovely pitch, and you can clearly understand what he does. And one of the things we do at the program is to bring clarity. Okay, so they are into food production to help homes, families to stay away from germs. As simple as that. No long story, no diving into going straight to the point. This is what we do. If you now need more, it is easier for the person to begin to say this is more about what we do. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, uh, Mr. Drew Dede. And we wish we have a whole lot of other persons who could join and also share their experience uh, during the first batch. Okay. But without uh, wasting more time, we are going to get into the onboarding proper. Okay, where we are going to understand how we are going to run the program for the next couple of weeks or days. Okay. Yeah, please, you can exit Mr. Dudene, and I think also Mr. Elisha. I think he's already out of the call. So please, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time. All right. So okay. So we are going to quickly talk about how we are going to work together for the next couple of weeks. Okay, so we are going to share after this onboarding section, we are going to share a kind of a timetable we are going to work with. We already have a time. We already have a table of content for this program, but we we are not going to use exactly that. Okay. Uh, okay. So let I think someone wanted to ask something. So let us allow anyone that wanted to ask a question. I think I saw someone's hand, Oluchi. So you wanted to say something before we move on. Please go ahead if you have something to ask. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I think someone is raising. Yeah. Igwe praise. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for the platform. I actually wanted to ask if we'll be able to cover like how to close partnership deals. I mean partnership deals. Like for instance, now I own a startup that is into movie streaming. And we're in the same industry with Netflix and the kinds of Netflix. And one thing that is very disruptive, which we're bringing to our industry, is that people can be able to stream their favorite movies, TV shows, series, and documentaries even without having to buy data, like cellular data. So, but for us to really achieve this, we need to work with a with companies in a certain industry and how to bring this to life. Like we need to work with the ISPs, service providers, internet service providers, and all those stuff. So like I also like to learn how to reach out to company in order to close deal, B2B deal closing and partnership too. Like the other day I actually learned that Flutterwave closed the deal with Microsoft and all those stuff. So I don't know if we can be able to cover that topic here.
Absolutely. Sure. We we wouldn't want to give promises now. if it were to be in the first batch, we can go ahead and give all that promise. So that was also covered and well covered during the first batch. So what we can also do, because we don't have a lot of time, we have a network of people who can help. Okay, we have a network of people who can help, and what we can also help is to provide you access to that network for anything you want to do. Okay, so we can provide you access to that network for you to connect to an industry expert who can help you in terms of partnerships. Okay, uh, so I think we even had a section which was B2B marketing, right? We even created a section which was B2B marketing, specifically for B2B businesses that sell directly to businesses who are using more of partnership as a means of customer acquisition, right? So hopefully we will cover that. But why we are also asking what you want at the end of the program is so that we can personalize the experience for you. So that even if we couldn't cover it, someone said, "Oh, I really want to learn and understand how I can sell more of my products." So we have experts when it comes to sales and marketing, so we can easily match such person to those mentors who can guide them to focus on sales and marketing for their products and services. Okay, so like you are asking specifically for partnerships, so partnership marketing or customer acquisition. So we can begin to look at those mentors that we can really say, okay, we want to just spend time with this entrepreneur and guide them and help them in terms of building strong framework on how they can run their partnerships with some corporates and big companies in terms of to help them in their customer acquisition and all that. So, but we wouldn't want to give that promise, like I said, just like the first batch. Okay, so uh, I'm going to give you a rundown of part of the things we are going to cover, but like we said, it's not going to be intensive. Okay, it's not going to be intensive as we wish it would have been. But after the program, we also have after program support. So after the program, we can continue to provide more support uh, to many of us who are willing to continue to build our businesses, right? We are willing to provide that continuous support for every one of us. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can open my screen and show you what the timeline will look like. What we are expecting to cover. But like we said, it might not be in depth. So I'm going to quickly share my screen. Okay. So I believe you can see my screen. Okay, so this is what the outline looks like. We are going to also share it, but I will keep emphasizing that it might not be so detailed. Okay, so please, we want to keep emphasizing on that. So we, just like what we are doing today, we are going to have the welcome and overview of the program, which is what we are going to do today, and we share some objectives and the goals. Then we dive into entrepreneurship and startup in terms of the introduction to entrepreneurship and startups. So where we are going to look at the basics of entrepreneurship and startup, the key principles, threats, and mindsets needed to succeed, idea generation and validation. Okay, so all of these were dealt for each of them. We are dealt one each week. Each of them we are dealt with, right? But for us, we are going to do it like a bootstrap. Okay. we moved into a problem solution phase. So here we want to make sure that we understand the problem we are trying to solve, and then begin to see what solution are we going to create to solve that problem. When we're able to do that, we are creating a problem solution phase. So we understand that one problem can be solved in 5 ways, right? So you need to clearly understand the problem, and then you need to begin to understand what solution will address that specific problem. Because most times we say we are solving a problem, but there's a problem, but we're solving it in a different way. Okay, so that's the second part of that. So identifying and addressing the core problem faced by your target audience. So you also need to understand who is facing that problem, right? Then we begin to talk about developing a solution that perfectly fits their needs. That's your target audience. We also talk about the customer discovery and validation. So here you begin to do the customer development process, talking to your customers. What is the right approach to talk to customers even before you even build and launch your product? So most times, which all of us are usually victims of not doing what we call customer development uh, process, undergoing customer development process, where you are going to kind of have a conversation and talk to your customers before you start building. Okay, so we have tools that we can actually use to help us talk to customers and ask the right question. Okay, so at that point or that stage, that's when we begin to do that. Then we'll dive into business models. Okay, so the business model here is how can you be able to create, deliver, and capture value, right? So, and here for us, it's very critical because for any business to win, we believe that they are going to win based on their business model, not necessarily based on their technology, not necessarily based on their products and services, which are all important, but it is going to be based on their business model because business model is how great companies win over competitors, right? So this is how you go about creating your products and services, right? So this is not about your product and service. It is how you go about creating your products and services. It is how you uh, go about delivering these products and services to your customers, and it is how you go about making money while delivering this. So you can make money in different ways. You can find different approach strategies for frameworks for you to make money. So how do you go about doing that? Right? How do you go about delivering your products and service? How you go about doing that is what is going to help you win over your competition, right? Okay, so uh, we are also going to look at some business model case studies of other companies and some of the existing business models that we can leverage. Then we move into the go-to-market strategy. So if you're launching a new product, a new venture, a new service, how do you get that product or service into the market? What strategy are you going to use to get into them, right? What product positioning and messaging are you going to use to help you get the audience and target you are looking for? Then we begin to look at company formation and team building. So here we are talking about having the right people building because this is also critical because uh, you can build the modules that you are going to build, the marketing, the strategy you are going to build would be built through people, right? So people it's going to be powered by people. So if you don't have the right people, regardless of the strategy, you end up being frustrated, right? So talent is critical. And that is why we also look at that. So we also begin to look at also the legal structure, incorporation. How do you go about incorporating? How do you go about making sure you have certain legal stops around what you do? In the first cohort, we had a section which was talk to your legal, talk to a startup lawyer, right? So we had a section where you have a one-on-one interaction with a startup lawyer who is an expert advising startups, right? So he mentioned something very striking. He said most times startups might not see that their value is in their proprietaries, that their values are in a happens to be in their kind of IPs, right? The intangible. So someone who produces soap, right, might think that the soap as a product might is more valuable than the formula in processing or producing that soap. So he gave instances to tell you that the formula for processing Coke is more expensive than even Coke in itself. So if Coke is going to sell that formula, it is even going to be more expensive, right? So where we talk about the IPs and all that. So ability to understand those things so that you don't leave money on the table in most cases. So that's what we are also going to look around in that section, and also how to hire the right people. Then we begin to look at accounting and financial models. Okay, so accounting here is how to keep your historic debt records and financials. Then we begin to look at the financial model in terms of forecasting, right? So we gave instances to say you can't raise fund, right? You can't raise fund without you having a financial model, because you have to give some projections of where you are heading to so that an investor can join you. So we also help the entrepreneurs to create and design their financial models, 3 to 4 years financial models they can use to go about raising their funds. Okay, so we dive into startup funding and financing. Okay, so this is how to go about pitching directly to these investors. How do you go about raising funds? Okay, what are the best strategies? What are the best practices in terms of raising funds? What are the things you need for you to raise funds? What are the documents you need for you to be able to raise funds? So we begin to talk about things like the cap table. Okay, so the cap table is a single document that helps see everyone who has invested in your business and also understand what they have invested in terms of the worth of their investment, and also their possible returns in terms of their equity and all that. Okay, so we also dive into startup communication, and in the startup communication, this is now where we begin to talk about branding, brand identity, and storytelling. How do you tell captivating stories about your startup, about your business, that can help you to reach to your target audience, uh, investors, and also stakeholders? So using storytelling as a tool for growth. So that is also what we looked at here, and that was actually the end of what we had in the first section of about 6 weeks, and it was happening every single day. Both mentorship and also trainings were on Mondays and on Fridays, but every single day, including Sundays, there was everyday training for everyone, working with their mentors, and also coming to the general class for us to talk and have conversations. So this is also what we are going to be looking at, okay? And we hope uh, we'll cover all these, but it's not going to be as intensive and comprehensive as we did in the first cohort. Okay, so what again? Okay, so we are also going to possibly be connecting you to some of the mentors, hopefully, but they are not likely going to be much available, right? They are not going to be much available. So these were the mentors who provided their time. Okay, so we had about 15 mentors. So of different, this is Mr. Boson. Mr. Boson, number 2 is Omotola, number 3 is Mr. Edward. This is Faith. This is Dr. Lars, this is Mr. Ikechukwu, this is Mr. Teresa, this is Mr. Emmanuel, this is Mr. Prince, this is Mr. Femi, this is Amaka, this is Mr. Ejim Israel, this is Victor, and this is Stephanie, and this is Augustine. So I know all their names, not because we brought them to be part of this program, but because we're having a close relationship with them almost every single day. We're meeting them with the entrepreneurs and all that. Okay. So what they did was that each of them provided their availability. So as you can see, Dr. Lars was always available for his mentors from 2 to 5. So they might not give us this same opportunity because we have a limited time. Okay, so you can see uh, Femi happens to be a data scientist, and he is based in UK, and he was from there reaching out and supporting entrepreneurs from here. So his availability was on Tuesdays and Sundays, as you can see his time. So all of them were able to provide their time, and they were providing at least a minimum of 4 hours of their time each week for the entrepreneurs. So this is Faith, this is our own availability. So as we keep running down, you see all their availability and how they were connecting to all of these, how they were supporting entrepreneurs all through their time. Okay, and also they went further to even have sections with them outside their own availability. Okay, so hopefully we might also connect you with them from time to time, especially once we begin to learn uh some of your expectations for the program. We'll begin to connect you to them. Okay, yeah. So at the moment I am going to ask if there's any question before we will now round off the second part of the onboarding section and call it a day. So I don't know if we have any question, then we'll get into the second phase of the onboarding and round up for the day. Yeah. So do we have any question, or shall we go ahead with? Can
Okay,
someone?
I don't really think there's any
Okay.
questions, so I think we can go ahead.
All right. Okay. So someone said it's clear. Okay. Okay. So let's just give about 30 seconds to confirm that we don't have any question. So we move to the second part and then call it a day and begin our journey proper. All right, so we believe there is no question. Okay, so everything is clear. So let's get into the second part. So this is where we are going to understand the essence of the program. Okay, someone is okay. Okay, let me check the comments and see if there are questions. So we can react and then move to the second phase. Okay, so I saw one question, so which is why your badge is not getting the same premium value or content. So I like I said, we really want to apologize for that. Okay, it's not intentional, it's because we already set out a deadline for this program, okay, which is going to be on the 29th for the demo day. Okay, so we have less time to work with. We have less time to work with, so that is why. And I don't know how to say it, but I just wish that we were part of the first phase. We would do everything within our reach, within our power, to make sure we also provide as value, much value that you should expect. Okay, so remember that we have your interest at heart, and we'll do everything possible to see what we can do to see that we'll get that value. Okay, so still bear with us. We could have gone ahead to say deliver what we have. There we know that that's not what it would have been for, or what it were for the first batch. Okay, so please bear with us, but we'll still do everything we can do within our reach to make sure that everyone gets maximum value, and even yeah, Mr. Marvelous, please go ahead. Marvelous, can you hear us? Please go ahead. You are raising your hand.
Yeah. Hello, you can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, although your background is a bit noisy.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, the question I want to ask is, since the value we are supposed to get is kind of limited, like unlike the first badge, although I don't really know the reward that that was given to the first batch, if it's also for the shares the same amount we saw. But I hope it will not result to also affect what was stated out in the flyer. Or I don't know if it's okay for you to also share with us the reward that was given to the first batch also, like the financial value. Do you grab what I said?
Yes, absolutely. So that's a nice question. So the first batch and the second batch, not outside. Yes, the demo day has not been done. Okay, the demo day is on the 29th and is for the first batch and the second batch. So the plan is for us to complete the first batch, complete the second batch, and then pick or select those who will go for the demo day. So the program is for the two batches. It's not different. It's for the two batches. Okay. So like I explained, the demo day is just what we did was to say, okay, let us have a demo day where we can get some of the investors within our network to hear the top participant pitch. So it's an invite only program, okay, where we get those people in a room and you, if you're selected, you come be in that gathering. So it's going to be a business gathering. We drink wine, we talk business, you pitch, they listen to you, you shake hands. So exclusively, nobody knows where it's going to happen, but it's going to happen in Abia State. So it's exclusive it's strictly by invitation. Okay, so we bring in the potential investors or the investors in the room, and then from the first batch, second batch, we can pick about 10 to 15% who are going to pitch, who are going to participate to be in that gathering. So it's beyond pitching. Okay, for us, it's connection. It's connect with them and then talk about your business. Okay, so we wanted to bring the demo day as part of the program, right? As part of the program. So yeah, I hope that's clear. So the what we are providing for the demo day is for both the first batch and second batch, which we are going to pick the top people from commitment and a couple of other things. Then they come and be part of the demo day. But bear in mind that the essence of this program is not the money. We on our own decided to bring that so that we can use that to also not just to help businesses, startups to become investment ready, but also as a commitment from our own end to see this is what we are looking at using to support the entrepreneurs that we believe that need that support. So for us, it could have been just run the training alone, you if we go by the value of the first batch, it is worth thousands. Okay, so going for the program and also providing the support, which came through some of our partners that we are going to talk about any moment from now. Okay, so I hope that's clear. I don't know if there is any more question.
Yeah, I have a question, please.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Um, uh, is it possible to disclose who these investors are? Because we've been hearing investors, investors, investors. I think me personally would want to know who these investors are. I don't know if it's possible to disclose them, their identity.
Okay, so when you say you want to know who they are, why do you want to know who they are?
I think it's important we know who the investors are. I don't think there's any particular reason to wanting to know who they are. But I think it's important that we know the people that would want to or would likely want to invest in whatever business idea or whatever business we are coming up with.
Okay, which that's a very valid uh question, right? So what we are also going to do for those selected to pitch, we definitely going to do that. Okay, so we are going to give you the portfolio of those who are coming. if selected to be there. So you would, so practically these are bank executives, these are banks themselves. So we have a partnering bank that will also come around with their manager, and we also have top business people. Okay, we have top business people within our community. So we also have practical investors who are interested in startups, who are interested in funding early stage startups. Okay, so we also have persons who are more of business people, who are entrepreneurs themselves, but they have also funded startups within our community. Okay, so for example, the first person who funded, someone who funded one of my businesses, about as a then gave me about 1 million as a then. Definitely, he's coming. He is coming. Okay, to be part of the. He's coming to be part of the program. Okay, so he probably maybe connect with one or two persons want to who he might want to also try to work with. Okay, so we'll definitely share the portfolio or the bio of those who are coming, so you can get insight of 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 it. Let me give you a just example. Example is uh, we have also people who are not going to be physically present. Like we have one of the founders of Crunches, one of the founding founders of Crunches, who is supposed to be in that gathering or meeting, but he will be in the States, he'll be in United States at then, so he will not be present physically. So he would be able to connect virtually, and also the program is going to be recorded. The demo day is going to be recorded, so uh, they can look at it and also connect at the end of the day. Okay, all right. So I don't know if there are any more questions, so
Yes,
we
sir.
can
Actually,
jump in
question.
and then, yeah,
Yes, sir.
please go.
I wanted to ask, but you threw a little bit of light on it. I actually wanted to ask if the investors we're talking about who will be present in the domain day can can be able to invest a separate amount of money, or are they basically the ones who are going to provide the grants, or are they normal investors that I can pitch and say, okay, see this, I want you, I actually want you as an investor to invest in our company for social equity and this. Are they such kind of investors?
Yes, yes. So the first part you mentioned, they are not the ones bringing the grants. No, we are only inviting them to come witness you pitch, not just you pitch. We don't want you to feel like, oh, the entrepreneur pitching person and the investors. We want you to connect with them. We want you to drink with them. We want you to talk with them. We want you to relate with them. We want you to network with them. We want you, why you are going to pitch, yes, but we want to create a very kind of close gathering where you can be able to connect and talk with them. So some of them, like we also have persons who are not going to be investors, direct like practical investors. So we have people who is in the retail space. Okay, so we are bringing in people in the retail space to come. Okay, so for example, uh, uh, Market Square would be coming. They are not coming because they are going to be investors. If they end up want to be, that's now their own interest. Okay. So why are we bringing them? It's strategic. We know that a couple of persons who are part of this program have retail products. They have products that if they pitch, they could even say, we are not even looking for money. We want to see how our product can get into the retail stores. So imagine your product getting into uh, retail stores across Nigeria. That is what's more than 2 million that you are looking for, right? So for us, we are strategic. about what we are doing. So we have those who are investors themselves, right? Who are willing, who have they are not, it's not as if they're going to invest $1 million. Okay. So we are not talking about venture capitals. We are talking about individuals who have spare 3 million, 5 million, 1 million that they can put into a business if they find it interesting. And because of the connection and relationship and community we are building, they can trust enough to say, okay, so it's also led for you. It is up to you to also choose who you can work with. And they are not investing. If you understand how investment works, they are not going to invest immediately and all that. Okay, it's going to be part of due diligence. Okay, I'm interested. Connection, communication starts. Due diligence, all the things you said you do must be duly uh, uh, looked into to be sure before someone can begin to invest. But for the grants, we are the ones providing grants, uh, not the investors. Investors might, if they choose to, okay, that's when the investors come to play. All right. So I hope that explains. Okay, all right. Thank you, everyone. So we are going to round up this onboarding section by looking at the essence of this program. So as we all know, the program is Abia Startups Investment Readiness Program. Okay, so that's what the program is. Okay, and we are just going to look about around the host of the program, about the initiative, the mission, and the roadmap. Look at our partners, funders, and okay, so that's just that. So for us, this program is being powered by RAD5 Tech Hub. Okay, my name is Igwe Ogoro, and I'm one of the co-founders of RAD5 Tech Hub. My co-founder is currently not on the call, Mr. John Nanda. He's currently in the United States, invited by the United States government to spend about 6 weeks uh, in the UX, and that's why he's not on this call. So from time to time, probably if we have the same time, kind of, if he is open to join part of the sections, we also get to connect with him. Okay, so who are we at RAD5 Tech Hub? So at RAD5 Tech Hub, we are a venture studio. Okay, we're a venture studio, or what you call a or what you call a startup studio. Okay, so what we do, we started as an innovation hub, right, where we focus on technology education, training software engineers, businesses, when it comes to technology education, digital skills, and all that. But we transition into what we call a venture studio, or what you call a startup studio. So what we do is very simple. We help to ideate, to build and scale startups for corporations, right? So we work with certain corporates, we work with certain large corporations to help them build startups. So that is a way for us to help corporates to continue to innovate, right, and stay ahead of possible technology disruptions that can come to them. So we help them build startups as fast as possible. So we do that through our in-house entrepreneurs, where we work remotely and we build a couple of startups and a couple of businesses. Most times we build and deliver to some of these corporates, or we build and manage it from our own end. Currently, we have about 6 ventures in-house. So most times, you might not know what happens at 5 Tech Hub. So this is practically what we do. And we have what we call the academy. So the academy for us is where we train software engineers. And why we do that is practically to see how we can support software engineers who can come in to support the ventures that we are building or the startups we are building. So that is the reason why we run the academy. Okay, so not because we want to run a training software training and all that, but because we channel them into our ventures and our startups to begin to support, because that helps us reduce the cost of hiring external kind of software engineers, which is practically expensive. Okay, so yeah, so for the ASIR-P program is intended to be a 3-month program, and it's hybrid. Some will happen online, some might happen mostly online. So we might have 1 or 2 that might happen offline. For example, the demo day is practically going to be offline. So we aim at empowering Abia entrepreneurs and businesses to become investment ready. So this is important for us. We are not giving you money. We are not providing money. We are like entrepreneurs like you. Okay. We are also entrepreneurs. Probably we have experience building our own startups and also building startups for corporations. So we also need money, right? Even Dangote needs money. Okay. So what we do, what we are doing through this program is out of our own experience. We tried raising funds, okay, as entrepreneurs while we were starting, but it was quite challenging, demanding, and frustrating. So most investors will tell you, hey, Igwe, I love what you are doing. You guys are great. You can build a product, but we cannot fund you because you are in Abia. Unless you come to Lagos, that is when we can fund you. That is when we can support you, right? So that alone begin to tell us that where we are is disadvantaged. So how can we change that narrative to help make our city, our region to become investment kind of worthy? Okay, so the approach for us is to provide comprehensive business training. Okay, so the business training is very important for us because you can't be investment ready without you being ready. We say that the number one way for you to know whether you're investment ready is to even know whether you need that fund or that investment. Okay. So we also find ways to provide the funding support. Okay. By talking to partners and also connecting you to a network of investors that you can begin to talk to. Okay. To help our region and also our city, our state to become investment worthy. We believe that if we have a lot of investment coming through our region, it's going to open doors for a whole lot of other persons. So that is why we do what we do. So it is not about us as RAD5. It is a mission for us to see how we can change the narrative in our region. Okay, and also provide mentorship from experience on entrepreneurs. So we are also going to connect you with us in-house, connect you with some of the people we work in-house, connect you with some of our network of uh, mentors and all that. So the goal is to help every participant to attract potential investors and secure funding. So that is the goal. The goal is not to give you money. The goal is not for us to fund you. The goal is for us to help you to become investment ready in so that you can be able to, so you can attract potential investors and be able to secure funding. So the vision is to create a thriving startup ecosystem. So we want to see how we can create a startup ecosystem within the Abia community that can drive economic growth and innovation, where anyone who participates in the ASIR-P program and is duly certified can raise funds within 30 to 120 days. Okay, that is why we do what we do. So not everyone, we didn't say anyone who came to the program, we say anyone who is certified, okay, can be able to raise funds. So when we mean certified does not mean participate. We mean someone we can beat our chest to say, yes, this person has gone through this program and is ready for investment. Okay, we're also creating. We'll come to that, but the mission for us is to see how we can equip Abia startups and businesses with the necessary skills, resources to build sustainable businesses and attract potential investors and secure funding. Okay, so that is what we are looking at doing. Remember, the core here is the core thing here is to provide the skills and resources necessary for building sustainable businesses and also attracting investment and securing funding, not to provide you funds, right? But to help you. We can end up providing you fund, but we want to put the most important thing first and make it very clear, right? Most times people say they need fund when they are not even ready for that fund. You heard Mr. Elisha who mentioned some startups raised fund and they died because of the fund. Had it been they didn't raise fund, they would have probably been alive. But because you raise fund, raising fund might kill you, right? So uh, these are practical things you can also begin to uh, understand once you get certain knowledge and experience. So we also look at continue to offer comprehensive business training and sustainable funding, support, and mentorship to the startups. Okay, so after the training, we also look at after support to continue to provide that support. Okay, so we'll also look at expanding our network of partners and funders to increase the impact through pre-seed and microfinance. So we are building a funding kind of system that can provide what we call microfinancing to small businesses and also to startups, right? So where we can have pool of funds like syndicates, what we call syndicates, that can help us raise capital in kind of microfinancing that can reach as many people as possible. So we are creating a system like that to see how we can help uh, support more entrepreneurs who might need 1 million, 2 million to kickstart or even for their R&D, okay, or even their validation process. Okay, so additionally, we are also looking at launching new initiatives and strategies to empower the Abia startups to attract new and more investment. Okay, so someone might ask, why are we focusing on Abia? So why we want to focus Abia is because we want to start small before we can begin to expand. So once we have a model that works, we can begin to expand it. We had some persons reach out to us from Edo to say whether we can do Edo startups investment readiness program. We say we can put that on hold. Let us complete our model and then be able to have a working framework that we can begin to expand. So this doesn't mean we cannot allow any startup that is out framework, okay, so that we don't try to bite the cake largely and all that. Okay, so I hope you can still hear me. Then our current partners and funders. So this program and this opportunity are made possible through our partners and our funders. So this uh, is supported by AfriLab. AfriLab happens to be the body for all innovation hubs, all venture studios, all incubators and accelerators across Africa. Okay, so they are the body in charge of the innovation hub, accelerators, innovators, venture studios across Africa. Okay, so they are making this possible. Okay, and also we have AFD, Agency Française de Development. Okay, so which is a French institution that is also supporting this program through AfriLabs. So we also have Digital Africa, who are making this possible through Seed Fund Digital Africa. Okay, and also through AfriLab Capacity Building Program, which is a program that is looking at supporting entrepreneurs. So they are also providing network of mentors that can also support some of the entrepreneurs within our network. Okay, so that's that, and we want to say very big thank you to our partners. We also have local partners we are talking to that are helping make this possible. Okay, so we have partners who are coming in different aspects to see that we can support more entrepreneurs. Okay, and I did not mention that also RAD5 is also providing its resources, right, to make this program possible. Their team, their people, their resource to see that this program is possible. And this is as a result of our own story. And we believe we can contribute to change that narrative within our region by also creating a community that can foster entrepreneurship and also support startups, just like we are. Okay, so that's that, and we are going to share with you how we are going to work, and we are going to be communicating directly via our WhatsApp group. Okay, so we are going to be communicating via our WhatsApp group, and we hope that we'll all have an exciting moment together. Yeah, thank you, and we'll just take one or two questions, then we'll call it a day. We cannot get into the the WhatsApp group for us to begin our conversation. So I can't end this conversation without also emphasizing that we have a special person who is on the call with us, who is our program person. So Linda is a program manager for ASIR-P, and you are going to be interacting more with her, and yeah, so it's also a privilege to have her here, and she will do a whole lot of magic all through our stay in this program. Yeah, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Igwe. I think we have a question from Igwe Praise. Igwe, unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you very much for the privilege once more to speak. I actually want to ask a question. So, and the question is this: what days do the ASIR-P Batch 2 host this mentorship program ahead of the demo day? Like what days? Because the Batch 1, I actually signed up for Batch 1, but because of the fact that I had an issue with my device, my system and my phone, of which I've gotten a new device then, so I couldn't get into the program because of all those stuff. But now everything is fine. And those, like, the days for the Batch 1 were Mondays and Fridays. Yeah. So what are the days scheduled for this meeting, for this training for the Batch 2?
Okay. We are still on it, and we'll communicate with you guys on the WhatsApp group. So we'll draft that out and send it to everyone. Okay, I hope that's answered. Do you have any other question?
Yeah. Answered.
I'm sorry for your device. Who else has any other question? Raise your hands. We'll ask you to unmute yourself so we can call it a day.
Okay, I think there's a question on the chat box, which is where would the demo day hold? The demo day will hold in Abia State, Nigeria. So that's where the demo day will hold, and it's going to be a physical meet. Okay, it's not virtual, it's going to be one-on-one, it's going to be physical, it's going to be happening in a room where all of us can be there, and then we'll have our 3 hours kind of meeting. Yeah.
100%.
Okay, I think Praise. Do you still have any other question? Igwe Praise.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
why coming for the demo day? Like, I'm speaking as if I know I'll be selected for the demo day. I believe God, but I just want to get prepared. As entrepreneurs, we need to be prepared. So, like, why coming for the demo day for the pitching? Is it advisable to come with our pitch deck? Let's say my pitch deck presentation, I can actually put it into a file, then come with it. And will there be a provision for, let's say, something like a projector where we can project things, why explaining, why pitching? Or is it going to be more of an elevator pitch to the investors, or a kind of 5 minutes pitch with a pitch deck and projector?
Yes, you come with your pitch deck. I will ask you to provide a video, a financial modeling, and your pitch deck too before the demo day. So just while we are going through the program, we will ask you. We'll give you a form to submit everything before the day. So before it, so that's how it's going to
Thank
be.
you.
Yeah, but yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
Does anyone have any other question?
Yeah, so let me also react to that. During the course of the program, you are going to develop and build your pitch deck. So that is also what would be part of the criteria for you to participate at the demo day. So you're also going to also build your financial model, which is also going to be a criteria for you to be there at the demo day. Okay, so let me see if I can show you what the venue looks like for the demo day. Like we mentioned, it's just a few number of persons, maybe 20, 30 people, just or 25 people in the room, not like a big. So let me see the possibilities. Just for you to for us to get insight of what the demo day will look like. Okay, I think I opened it. Okay, sorry, I think I opened the wrong one. Okay, so I hope you can see what it looks like. So this is where All right, so I hope that gave us a little insight of what the demo day would look like. So it's not a big conference, it's just 20, 30 people in the room, and then that's it. I hope your question was answered and you got more clarity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was. Thank you.
Yes, marvelous. Unmute yourself.
I got it. I think I can actually visualize how it's going to look like. But can we actually come with our team? Because if you have a co-founder, if you're a team of 3, 4, 5, can we come together, possibly for the demo, to present? Or is just let's say me alone, because I'm the only one here, but most times I'll be joining with my team members. My co-founder, she's currently not around, she's in Lagos, but sometimes the both of us might be in this training. So I want to ask, during that day, can we come together with our team or just me?
Okay, yeah, most of these questions were also covered in the first cohort. We see it all depends, okay? It all depends. So we can allow you to come with one of your co-founders. So imagine someone has 20 co-founders. So you know already we cannot allow that. So, but for now, we are telling you that if selected, you would teach you, but we also communicate if you can come with someone who happens to be your co-founder. So we can also give you the limits or the number of persons that would be coming, okay, alongside you. So some persons even ask, can they come with their friends and families to witness? So we also said no, for certain reasons. So we have some reasons why we don't want to make it shouty, we don't want to make it like a big conference or that. No, it's going to lose the test of what we are doing. Okay, the test of what we are doing is so that the entrepreneurs themselves can directly connect with these people so that other persons will not come and steal the moments from them who are not expected to be there, right? Who will not come and steal the entire moment. So we just want to have a limited number of people who are just entrepreneurs connect directly with these people and they go their way. So if you are going to have 2, 3, 4 founders, we might just tell you you can only bring one additional person, but we'll communicate that.
Yeah, I guess there's no question, so we can call it a day. All right, guys. Thank you for coming for this onboarding session. So we will continue on the WhatsApp group chat. So bye.
And thank you for hosting the onboarding session. Bye too from here.
All right, yeah. So please remember to share your experience or also share your excitement being part of this program on social media. We'll also get in touch with you on the WhatsApp group for you to also do that. Okay, so let's tell the world that we are on a journey. Okay, that's the easiest way for us to begin to attract more people to also invest in our region. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everyone. Do have a
Thank you.
wonderful
Bye.
day.
Thank you.